As a disabled person, I have a body that isn't often celebrated. A lot of times it feels like disability means that your body should be hidden. Like I shouldn't be pleased and happy and feel sexual as a disabled woman. When I'm performing, I am showing that I love and accept my body as it is, and I am not wishing that it was an able body or a shimmy, shaking, bumping, and grinding body, because this is the body that I have, and it can shimmy and shake. I'm Jacqueline Box, and I am a disabled burlesque performer. I'd say she's 50% glamour and 50% social justice. I don't think I could be who I am now without Jacqueline being a part of my personality. She's so essential to me. I love burlesque for its over-the-top everything. The way in which burlesque is so in-your-face aggressive about owning your body is inspiring. I think that the time has come for that to include disabled bodies. My condition is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so it basically means my DNA makes collagen that is defective, which means that all of the different joints in my body like to dislocate, so I have to work very hard to keep my body together and keep my joints in the right place. There are like little things that people say that they don't realize are ableist, which means like prejudice against disabled people. People will say things like, "What happened to you?" or "Oh, what's wrong?" And people say that because looking at me, I don't look like what they imagine in their mind a disabled person looks like. I must have just gotten into an accident, or I must have just had surgery, or the wheelchair must be temporary. Another one that I really frequently have to bring up is when people say, how long have you been confined to a wheelchair? My wheelchair doesn't confine me. My wheelchair doesn't hold me back. The wheelchair has given me so much more access and mobility than I ever had before. When I was in college, I was actually teaching dance, and that was right around the time that I was hit by a car as a pedestrian. The healing process from that accident did not go as quickly as all the doctors said it should have. So people were asking, why aren't you getting better? Why weren't you able to walk already? I had to attend my students' recital on crutches or in a chair, and that was the first time that I realized my body is probably not going to be able to carry me through life as a dancer in the way that I was trying to make it. I was seeing a bunch of doctors to try to figure out why my leg wasn't healing. One of them said that they thought my kneecap was not tracking correctly, so they said they could do this surgery where they basically like cut the tendon that holds the kneecap in place so that it would shift, and my body didn't heal. So now I had had two different traumas happen to my legs that I just wasn't healing from. I pursued the issue all the way to a rheumatologist, and they said, "We think that you have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. You're going to be in pain, and you're going to be dealing with joint dislocations for the rest of your entire life." I mean, I cried when they said that. It was a heartbreaking moment to stop imagining this magical future time when all of my pain would go away and I would be normal again. That just wasn't in the cards for me. That was when I couldn't do anything. I stopped being on a stage, absolutely, until I went to a burlesque show and I thought how much I missed being there. I remembered the glitter and the rhinestones and how powerful I felt, and I thought, man, it would be really nice right now to feel powerful. Yes, I want to be on stage again, but also I cannot dance while standing up. I was trying to choreograph a chair dance. A fellow performer asked me, why isn't the chair a wheelchair? And I was so upset at her, I got furious. Thought she was basically asking me to give up on myself. Then, about a week later, once I'd gotten over these internalized ableist assumptions, I bought my first wheelchair and I spray painted it gold and I put rhinestones on it. When I was sitting in that office and they said, we think that what you have is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and that has no cure. In time, I started to view that as one of the best moments of my life, because if you stop living your life for this magical future time when everything will be perfect, you have to start living your life in the moment and loving what it is now, rather than saying, I'll be happy and I'll love my life in the future.
So do you love your life now?
I do. I really love my life now. Whenever I think about what I want people to take away from my acts, I think of two different messages. The first message that I have is for other disabled people. And I want disabled people to hopefully start viewing their own bodies as sensual and sexual and confident bodies. And then I think about what I want my burlesque to say to an able-bodied audience. I don't necessarily want to be known as the disabled burlesque performer. I want to be known as a burlesque performer who is a disabled woman who lives authentically and encourages others to live authentically. I will shimmy until I can shimmy no more.